Law enforcement officials from all across the country learn more about how to communicate with news media.
With us. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
That's a good course. Here's Twin States reporter Cameron Brewer.
It's important that people understand that law enforcement and the news media have a whole lot in common. They both are there, if they're doing their job correctly, to serve the community, to serve the public. And one of the things that some people might overlook is they work under the same tenets: accuracy, fairness, integrity, accountability.
Law enforcement officers from across the country took a media training class to learn how to bridge the gap between law enforcement and local media outlets.
We teach them the history, the origins of journalism, and the progressions that it's made, and the technology as well, how technology has changed. And when technology changes, so does the way journalism gets done. And therefore, law enforcement has to react based on the technology, the people that are behind it, and the way journalism is conducted in general.
The design of the training is to give officers an improved level of communication when encountering journalists looking for that next story.
I've done smaller interviews in the past, just one-on-one interviews with the local news agencies. But the position that I'm in now is dealing a little bit with the media relations, and so there's a possibility that I could be conducting press conferences in the future. So that's why I kind of wanted to get out and get ahead of the curve.
Media and law enforcement often come together when broadcasting a missing or wanted person, and that is why communication between both parties is important.
I think things that we've learned here this week in the last 3 days makes me a better person when it comes to preparing for an interview. And when I go back and talk to my chief, and sit him down and to make sure that just to let him know that we do need the media when we're doing our jobs.
Officers took turns getting to play the roles of aggressive reporters during mock press conferences.
To get up in front of the lights, the microphones, the cameras, and questions professionally written, that's a tough job, especially if you've only seen the scenario for 15 minutes.
Cameron Brewer, Twin States News.